Nigeria is a failed country. And Nigeria is a failed country. Everybody knows that. There's no denial in that. So and I say good morning into this live transmission, and let us remind ourselves that so many things is happening in Nigeria, and we need to continue to say that Nigeria is not worth dying for. The British amalgamated Nigeria for one reason, and one reason only: to keep, the indigenous people out of, this contraction. So we have about 10 minutes to educate and enlighten ourselves, as we do all the time. So, what is the benefit that Yoruba people have gained, in Nigeria for the last, 63 years? Again, I'm going to turn this off. Again, and are we not better off, to now call it and say, let this be the end of Nigeria? But many Yoruba people still want a Nigeria that is not working. Many Yoruba people still want a Nigeria that has failed, and it's because they are hoping that maybe some kind of miracles would happen. Maybe one miracle will come, and that miracle will give us, a better Nigeria. And that is a lie. No better Nigeria is coming. There's no amount of how you get angry with me. There's no amount of how you get angry with yourself. The truth is, there is no better Nigeria coming. The better Nigeria is not coming anywhere, because number one, President Tinubu is a weak element. Tinubu is working for the Northerners. He's not working for the interest of the Yoruba people. So if you think that Tinubu is working for the Yoruba people, you are wasting your time. Professor Wole Soyinka has asked, why are you holding Nnamdi Kanu? Kini reason why they hold Nnamdi Kanu? Because the British would not want Nnamdi Kanu to be released. This is today's paper. I'm sure you all are aware that election is coming in UK very soon. I'm sure you're aware of that. Okay. Now that election is coming, I picked up something from the paper today that I'm going to quickly share with us in just about a few minutes. And what did I pick up? The Scotland, okay? Remember that Scotland is part of UK. The campaign have already started, you can see. So right there, right there, somewhere around there, I'm going to read what is being said there. So just bear with me. This is Koikimedia Live. So campaign is already started. That is the UK Prime Minister, Conservative. That is the that is the Lib Dem. Say Lib Dem. That is the Lib Dem. That is the Labour. Now, this is the SNP. Now, let us read what the SNP say. I better wear my glasses. So again, what glasses mean? There's a lot of movement. I'm not at home, so I'm already out of my house. So Mofe Fuani, a bit of the brief. Moke Allen Kondi and the rest of you, I won't be mentioning names. Moke brother Yemi Fatoki, so I don't have enough room for all the phones, but we're trying our best to keep them going. And I hope you can all hear me loud and clear. So now, SNP leaders promises Independence Day. And we'll SNP. Dick Benny, good morning. Yemi Fatoki said, Let us break Nigeria now to save many lives. Peter George, good morning to you. Alaja Busirat Showme, Salamu alaikum. Mokibu Gwalen, Konsema Binukwe, Toriasiko, Ejeka Krakom. SMP, Awani, one of the political party in Scotland. Just like very much in APC, PDP. But they are fighting for the independence of the Scottish people. This is what the Yoruba politicians are meant to be doing. The Yoruba politicians are meant to be fighting on our behalf to be free from this madness known as Nigeria, a zoo. But they are not ready to fight. So a Yoruba politician rather wants us to keep Nigeria so that they can continue the contraction and the script written by the British. So let's read quickly. SNP leader, the Scottish National Party, John Sweeney, has said he will make July 4, 2024 election an Independence Day ballot for the Scotland. Scotland First Minister said the election gave the voters the chance to get rid of Rishi Sunak and his disastrous Conservative government. He said, never has a government deserved to lose more than Rishi Sunak's government. Mr. Sweeney had stepped back from the frontline politics. So what he's trying to say there is that the Scottish National Party are campaigning for the independence of the Scottish people to break away from the United Kingdom. Mukiawa Yabo Olubumi, wisdom. They do this, they do that, doesn't matter. You support Scottish independent, if so, why, sir? Kill and so, kill one son, everybody. Get out of here. So, let me say this again. Many of you in Nigeria are hoping that something will just transform and will give you the kind of country that will serve you as a citizen. But I've told you, President Bola Tinubu is a weak element. He's not having any agenda to free the Yoruba people. Mokiyawa Stella Shodainde Ekabo Surieto. Good morning to all our beautiful mothers and our sisters. Assalamu alaikum to brothers and sisters. And also, what God cannot do does not exist. So, for the benefit of those of you that probably still in the Nigeria ma ṣiṣẹ́, ìjọkan Nigeria ma ṣiṣẹ́, ìjọkan yẹn náà ni a ti ń gbọ́ for the past 63 years. But one thing is, that contraction zoo will fall apart. What will make it fall apart is the economy. The economy will continue to bite. Dollar will be 2,000 naira to $1, if not more, before Tinubu government will finish. Nigeria is not producing anything. Peter Pan, thank you so much, my brother. Mr. Perry, good morning. Nigeria is not producing anything. So the cry of the masses is just the beginning of the breakup of Nigeria. The pain of the masses will eventually make Nigeria to collapse. That collapse is coming. It is getting there. It is gradual. By the time many Nigerians realize that it is a deceit. Mr. Emmanuel, good morning. Nigeria is a deceit by the West to tell us that let us make Nigeria to work, even though Mr. Rahman Otumba, we are never going to be one, because Sheikh Razak Abolore, Salamu alaikum, Mukisa, Mukibuba won Sheikh wa àtàwọn tó ti lọ kolon foríjì wọn àtàwọn tó ṣìkù kolon bá wa dáhùn sí. Alan Conde said quickly, Nigeria is backwardness country that can only take us to suffering, crying, criminal, crime, property, and death. Moki Atobimelomo, Moki Professor Banja Kitoye, the leader of the Yoruba Self-Determination, Moki Otumba Demola, Amudeki, Oloyegbowo, the CSI himself, the hero of the Yoruba people, Mr. Oyeladun, Oyedepo, Moki gbogbo àwọn Redeem, Moki àwọn Celestia, Moki àwọn CAC, Moki gbogbo ọmọ ènìyàn tó ń bẹ láyé, Moki àwọn ẹranko náà, Ajuba Waye, Aboro Aboye. We are not fighting Yoruba nation because we don't want a religion. We want a religion, but we need to know that the truth that has been taken away for a very long time must come back. What is the truth? The truth of our true identity, Yoruba Niwa, before Nigeria. So why then do you want to save Nigeria? What is in need for you? Moki Mr. Den Adeyemi, there is nothing in it in Nigeria. Moki Yaomi, Moki Omo, Moki Yatobi Milomo, Moki Buba Mwala Salatu, Moki Bubu Alen Konsi, Moki Bubu Eyitien Benile. Let us not give up. What is going to make Nigeria collapse is the truth. The truth that has been eaten away by the West for a very long time. That truth is finally going to make many people to understand. Mr. Nelson Wanga says, good morning. There are a lot of people benefiting from the inefficiency of Nigeria. That is why the country is not working. Oh yes, definitely. People like Bola Tinubu, people like Sultan of Sokoto, people like Wike, people like Oshiomole, people like Hope Uzodinma, and many of them. They are all criminals, Saraki and every one of them. The lies that they've told Nigerians that Nigeria is going to favor us. Nigeria is not going to favor anybody. So if you are thinking that Nigeria is going to favor you, you are living in denial. So what we should be discussing is to ask Nigeria government to allow the dissolution of Nigeria without a bloodshed. But if the government continues to say it's not going to happen, well, Nigerians will eventually ask the question that I'm telling them now. Because why are you suffering? W8. Look, this morning I got a voice note sent from somewhere in England. A Nigerian has left the child in the house on his own and allowed the child to go to school. It has now involved social worker. And the reason why the mother has to go out very early, Latilo survive, Moki Mr. Olani Williams, is because to pay for the school fees in UK, I've told you so many times, the university in UK is a business center. If you have the money, come down and study. But remember that Emabino is because the bus is turning and I'm not having a stable. So bear with me, there's a lot of turning on the bus. I have told you so many times that university no be free in UK. You will pay from your nose. You go walk. You go they look for £3,000 to renew your application with the Home Office. If Nigeria was okay, you can do your PhD in Nigeria, you can do your master's, you can do your first degree, you can go to technical school, and when you come out, you will be part of the production that will make you work and then earn money, have family. May the soul of a young girl died. May her soul rest in peace. The lecturer continued to fail her. She eventually commit I don't want to say that in English. Bear with me, I'm not at home, so the volume is high enough. I am not at home. When I'm in the public transport, you got to bear with me. So I am mute care. How can I be mute? Can somebody confirm if I am mute? Okay, I think it's back. I think it's back. It's because the phone dropped. I think it's not muted anymore. I think it's back. Can you confirm if it's back? Nigeria is going to create more monster that would eventually do what we are doing, maybe in a simple, civilized way. But if now they say, hey, you know go happen, what thing I won't do, I greet you, Copman. You know what is going to happen? Yeah, might be no, yeah, it was actually muted, I realized that. You know what is going to happen? More people will wake up and they will be questioning their politicians. You see our politicians, they are the real problem of the reason why you are trying to travel out. you need a job in Europe, you want to go to Italy, Muke, Mr. Moses, Mukisa, FLOC, anywhere in the world. I am not here to tell you not to travel out of Nigeria. If you can, Japa. But one thing is, how many people go Japa out of a big population of 45 million? We have 45 million Yoruba people. Muki, Mr. Jima was here, Shigoni. We have 45 million Yoruba people. Shegbogo 45 million, it's not possible. Right? It's not possible. Some say we can restructure Nigeria. The question is, do you think that Tinubu will restructure Nigeria? Time will tell. It is a countdown. Tinubu 1 year in office is only less than 5 days. By the May 29th, Tinubu will be 1 year. That will be 9 years of APC. 9 years of the destruction of the economy of what is meant to be the most powerful black, the most populous black nation in the world, as we're always told. You will not get a regional government. Tinubu is a weak element. He's listening to the north. Power will go back to the north after Yoruba man. Power is not going back to the southeast because nobody's going to give them power. They know that because they are not ready to allow the Igbos or the Igbos to become president. So if anybody think that a Yoruba man that is there today will give you as much of your needs, well, in the last 1 year, be truthful to yourself. What commitment has this government done that you can say? They haven't done any commitment. The diaspora are suffering. Those of you at home are suffering. I am suffering. You are suffering. Everyone is suffering. And the only option, the only best option right now is to come in the round table, bring all the real owners of Nigeria, the Yorubas, the Edo, the Ijo, let everybody come back on the round table, and then we will first bring down that constitution. We bring down that constitution, then we then have option to ask, do we want to be one? We don't have to be one with the network. It might be known as the network that is doing sege. We don't have to be one because we are not one. There is no amount of prayer that can bring us to be one. That period has ended. So the only thing we should sit together and demand is to say the total dissolution of Nigeria. 85 to 10. So that is not going to mean that we cannot have cordial relationship with ourselves. But as it stands right now, it might be known there's a bit of a network glitch. But we're going to end the program right now anyway. All I'm saying is that Nigeria has come to its expiration. The 1914 amalgamation is gone. We don't have to revive it. We just have to let it go. And on that note, I will be seeing you again when I don't know, but hopefully very, very soon when we will continue our quest for Yoruba nation. It's our right. It is not a crime. It has never been a crime. The Scottish people, like I told you, this is it. The Scottish people wants to leave England. They are asking for their independence. The Yoruba people are asking for their own independence out of the contraction known as Nigeria. If the Scottish people want independence, I do not see any reason why Yoruba people cannot have the same independence. Our independence will come. How soon? I don't know. But our quest and our push will continue. And on that note, I say a very good morning. Enjoy the rest of the day. And hopefully we will catch up again in another broadcast. I am OLAYOMI Koiki, one of the campaigners for the right to self-determination. The Yoruba people that wants to live back into what it used to be known as Yoruba Kingdom, Oduduwa Republic, Yoruba Nation. We don't want to be known as Nigerians because Nigeria was created by the British for some reasons, which is selfish interest. And today, as our campaign goes from one state to the other, we will not relent and we will fight it all the way to Mokiyawa Kirele Grace. And I will leave you tonight, this afternoon, but hopefully, like I said, we will catch up again. Moki Bubomo Yoruba Nile, Moki Wakwe, Akuroju, Ijoba Muje Muje, tí wọ́n pè ní APC, ìjọba tí kò ní any respect for human rights, ìjọba tó ń fìyà jẹ yín nílé, ìjọba tó gba gbogbo ẹ̀tọ́ yín, tó yẹ kó fún yín lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ yín, security, economy, welfare, education, and as many other opportunities. Ìjọba yẹn kò fún yín. Ìjọba tó ti parọ́ fún yín pé àwọn máa ṣe. PDP were there for 16 years. It was a failure. APC is using 9 years. I wish you all the best. Bye for now.